Hello, I'm Allie,
I'm Deb.
and welcome to another episode of Connected Conversations. All right, welcome back. I'm Allie, and we've got Deb. And if you missed last week's episode, this is piggybacking on it. We were talking last week about how to get out of overwhelm when you're going on vacation. And this week, we want to talk to you about how do you get back into the flow of things after vacation? Especially in the summer, maybe you have a few different vacation modes, especially over the holidays. So, in order to support yourself, how do you get from like this beautiful euphoric state? You just had an amazing vacation, you feel rested, you feel rejuvenated, and what will set you up for success so you go back into your work week, your days with a little bit more ease and flow. So, Deb, I'd love to hear some of your strategies or things that you've done to help ease your way back so you're not going from that beautiful state of rest and recovery to super stress.
Yeah, and I think you touched on it last week when you said either take another day off of work or give yourself that time because there's nothing worse than getting home 8 or 9 o'clock at night. You still have bags to unpack, and you still have, you know, that there's going to be more work ahead of you the next day. So even we just finished a long weekend. So I allowed myself half a day on Monday to get home, unpack my bags, get the laundry done, get sorted. So you can like setting myself up for success. I hate clutter. I hate it when laundry is piling up. Like it gives me anxiety almost to see it on the laundry room floor. So giving myself that space and just like to tidy the house when you get home, unpack your bags, settle in. I think that's a key for me in order to really not feel so stressed going back into the work week. What about you?
I made a pretty strict rule going back to technology. Freaking love technology. I do. And there's ways to manage it. So I've always made this commitment that I don't touch my emails until I'm actually in work because there's
I like
nothing
that.
worse again than that Sunday night or that Monday or whenever you're coming back and you're like, oh, right before I go to bed, I'm just going to take a sneak peek for my anxiety to see what's rolling through tomorrow. There's nothing you can do that evening before. Nothing. It is like wrecking your whole body systems by like opening up Pandora's box to what happened while you're away. And really, there's nothing that you can do about it. Also, scheduling that block of time off in the morning so people aren't scheduling over top of you. You can handle the urgent matters and managing your inbox appropriately and making a flow block. So I talk about flow. It's like your one job in that morning maybe is to clean up the email. That one job in the morning is to speak to maybe your colleagues that were helping you take over. Or if you're a leader, like what happened with your team, like get connected, get back in the work of things rather than being a slave to emails because chances are majority of it's already done. It's just nice to know and you can clear that out anyway. The other thing I do is definitely incorporate some sort of break because it's easy to like flush
Mhm.
through and then again you're not repairing the nervous system that you're just supporting to get recovered. So take your lunch, take the afternoon break, get outside, do all the things that we're going to continuously tell you about to manage your stress, and those as well are going to help you get into flow in the afternoon. And as well, make sure that you're stopping at a reasonable amount because coming back from vacation does not mean that you have to work double. And if that's the case, maybe that's a conversation with how your work's being covered. Maybe there's room for new people. If you're a solopreneur, I think it's setting your expectations and giving yourself that leeway with clients. Yes, clients are what bring Deb and I money. So to me, sometimes it's scary. It's like, oh, if I don't take in clients right when I get back. However, I also think like, how am I showing up for them if I'm stressed
Sure.
or if things aren't it? Like I still want to show up because that's my brand, my impression. So that's a little bit around tech. And I give myself a couple nights just free instead of having things back to back amongst all of like the laundry, the sorting, those things, and enroll some help. So if you are like, I would say I do. Nick's really great at the laundry. Like, don't get me wrong, like he definitely helps. Though it is enrolling people like, okay, son or daughter, you start your laundry first. Okay, like get it as like a family event to get back into speed. So it's not just pressured on one person. And I feel for myself as a woman, sometimes I feel compelled that I can do things better, more efficiently. I'll just do it myself, which I don't think I'm wrong. However, it doesn't like it's not helping my burnout
Fair
if like
enough.
the dishes are done a certain way.
I think those are all great points. I think for me too, I try not to book any meetings the very next day coming back from holidays or something. I like to give myself that space, that day to kind of what needs to be done, start prioritizing, instead of trying to do everything, focus on one task at hand. And like you said, take breaks, make sure you're doing your self-care because you're right. You're not going to be good to your clients. You're not going to be good to your brand if you're not showing up in your best form. So I like all those tips for sure.
And one thing I thought of, and it just popped into my mind because I'm sure we have a listener, and if this is you, I'm like sending you extra love and concern. If you're like, oh, I don't even take vacation, like these things, it should apply to you. Take the vacation because it's your time to rejuvenate, even if you're away. Even if it's not something like if you affordability or the time or the constraints, still honor any time away from work or doing the things that you love and come back to work feeling a different version of yourself. Because there's often I have had conversations with clients like, I haven't had a vacation in over a year, especially during COVID where there was nowhere to go. That doesn't give you the license just to continue to work. So if you haven't taken a vacation in a while, like here's your sign. Like even if it's a staycation, an extra long weekend, if you're really nervous to get yourself into it because the thought of vacation overwhelms you, allow yourself that time to break because I feel like that's very, very important.
I agree. Take a day for yourself. You're right. If you don't want to go away, have no place to go, take a day like to pamper yourself, doing the things that you love. I love that idea. And for goodness sake, we've said it before, put the phone down. Put the phone down. Enjoy your time. Be
Yeah,
present.
yeah. Like these phones, I love them and I love them, but sometimes like they gotta go.
Especially on vacation, especially even when you're back from vacation in your work mode, put it down and just focus on the task at hand and be present. So anyway, we
Mm-hmm.
hope that you are able to adjust coming back from a long weekend or coming back from vacation. Prioritize your self-care because that's so important. You don't want to stress yourself out right away. So be realistic with your expectations on your workload and take it one task at a time. We hope you have a great weekend and you will catch us on Monday at 9 a.m. to kickstart your week. Don't forget to please like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate your support so much. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please share with your friends and rate and recommend on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. There will be links to more great resources in the description.